In this video, we're going to take a look at a review of adjectives that compare. You will need to have your writing journal out and also your practice companion book. Now, I do want you to write down the notes that I have on the screen in your writing journal. It's important to know that ER and EST can be added to most short adjectives to show comparison. Now, more, most, less, or least can be placed in front of longer adjectives to show comparison. And we have a couple sentences here. I have a couple sentences here for you. So we have Fernando is a fast swimmer than Silvio. So what we need to do is we need to fix that fast. And I look at that and I know that I'm just comparing two people. So since it's two people, it's just a comparative adjective. Okay, so I'm just adding ER to the end of fast, making that faster. Just add ER to the end whenever you're comparing two things. Or you can have more in front of it if it were a longer adjective there. Next one, staying home would be a sensible decision than jogging in the rain. Okay, so sensible is the adjective, and what I need to think about that is longer than two syllables, so I need to put more or most in front of that, and I'm just comparing two different things, staying home and jogging in the rain, so because of that, I'm putting more sensible there. And then the final one says Tyson's short story was the exciting one of all. Now, this is more than comparing just two stories, so we would not say exciting est. Okay, so it's a longer adjective, so we would need to change that to most exciting one of all. So what I want you to do now is turn your practice companion books to page 40, and we'll continue to take a look at adjectives that compare. Now, it says for the directions on page 40, it says complete the chart below with the correct form of the adjectives. Then select two adjectives and use the comparative and superlative forms together in sentences. So I have my adjective here on the left-hand side. So I have silly. The comparative is sillier. So I'm changing the Y to an I and adding ER. Now the superlative for this would be silliest. Okay, so you can see, change the Y to an I and add EST at the end. So next one, puzzling. So the comparative we can see here would not be puzzling-er. Remember, it's a longer adjective, so we would say more puzzling. And the superlative would be most puzzling. So I want you to do busy all the way down to horrible at the end, at the bottom here. Complete all those comparative and superlatives. And then what I want you to do is complete two sentences. I want you to select two adjectives and use the comparative and superlative forms together in sentences. So two adjectives there. I would do the comparative for sentence 1 and then the superlative forms for sentence 2. So complete this section of your practice companion book, and when you're finished you can press play and I will have the answers for you. So pause the video now. Okay, so you can see for busy we have busier, busiest, friendly, friendlier, friendliest, tall is taller and tallest, amazing is more amazing and most amazing. So you can see, why do we use more and most? Because amazing has more than two syllables. Heavy is heavier and heaviest. Clear is clearer and clearest. Horrible is more horrible and most horrible. And then you should have two separate sentences written at the bottom using comparative and superlative forms of words in the sentences. So this concludes the video on adjectives that compare. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.